So when we think of Botox, typically thinking of women wanting to appear younger, right? Well, men are also using it to look younger, but in, I guess, more of a subtle way.
That's right. You don't want everybody to know that something happened. You just want them to notice you look refreshed, right? Well, men who do this say they're motivated by a competitive job market, a lessening social stigma, too, about these kinds of procedures.
Yeah, nurse practitioner Kristen Hamus returns from Village Pointe Aesthetic Surgery and Dreams Med Spa. Good to see you, Kristen.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Good to see you
for coming
guys.
back.
You bet.
In the past, Med Spa was thought kind of as a place for women, right? But it's
Correct.
kind of transitioning a little bit more men starting to take advantage of those anti-aging procedures.
Right. And a lot of it is the job market has driven that for men. You know, they're competing against all different ages of men and women, and the older they look, the harder it is to
Isn't that
attain that
interesting?
job. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we talked too about the subtle nature of Botox, and maybe we can get into that, and we'll show you some pictures too. It can't be any easier right now
Right.
with what you're doing. For
Right.
guys who are the least bit interested, what do you have happening now?
We're offering 20 units free Botox to come in and try it. And usually 20 units will get them maybe 1 or 2 areas covered to soften those areas. You know, men typically don't want their lines completely erased. They want it just to soften those lines. You know, I hear from a lot of wives, like, how can I get him to come in? He looks angry all the time. You know, or when the men come in, they're like, my coworkers are always thinking I'm, you know, frustrated, and I'm not. I just have that look.
So what is it? Is it any different for men in terms of where it's injected and how it works?
No, not really. I mean, we inject typically the same areas. The lines between the eyes, the forehead lines, the lines around the eyes are the typical areas that we use it. A lot of men will choose one area and try it there rather than doing the whole face at one time.
Like, this guy looks good. You know, that before and after this guy?
Just bananas, though, how much younger he looks on the right.
And that's a very typical response when you can kind of smooth out those lines, still have motion where you can still see expression with them, but those lines are just softer.
For women looking for a Botox special, we showed that for the men right now, which is unbelievable. By the way, limited to the first 10 people. We'll show you the number again. Any specials for women interested in Botox?
There is through January 31st. There's $50 off your purchase of Botox. So the men get the 20 units for free, which would normally be $200.
Yes.
And then the women get $50 off their purchase of Botox.
Great. We're also focusing on laser hair removal.
Yes.
Right? Today, it's warmer than it was at this hour yesterday, but still hardly summer.
Yeah.
It will be here, though, and at that time, no shaving, no waxing if you start laser
Right,
now.
there's plenty of time. There's
Plenty of time to get in
take
now.
our shirts off.
I'm not taking my shirt off. You can do that. Go ahead,
Let's
Kristen.
talk about men.
Yeah. So for this month for men, we're doing laser hair removal on back and neck, which normally runs $3,200 for the package, and we're offering it for $1,500. And that package includes 8 treatments to get rid of the hair. Typically, we do it about every 2 months. So if you start now, by summertime, you've had a number of treatments and your hair is way decreased. It may not be gone yet, but it's, you know, 50% reduction.
Wow.
Does it matter the time of year that you start laser hair removal?
We prefer people to start in the winter or in the fall because we don't like you to be tan. When you're tan, the laser...
It's more effective?
It's most effective if you're not tan, because we can turn the laser up and have higher energies on it.
And so those results, it's permanent? I mean, the hair,
It is
I guess,
permanent.
in 10 years, you're not looking at the same amount of hair you had before treatment started?
Correct. Our goal is to get to 85 to 90% of permanent hair reduction.
Wow. Wow.
Hair is funny, you know that? Because as you get older, it shows up in different
Yes.
places.
Right.
You've never expected
You
it.
have it where you
Like,
don't
what?
want it,
Right.
and then where you do want it, it starts to thin.
Right, exactly.
And I don't have a lot of hair on my back, but I noticed on my shoulder, I had just this one long guy right there. You know what I
Get rid
mean?
of it.
Just this one guy.
Come in, we'll get rid of
So
it
they
for
just
you.
show up, and as you get older, it gets worse.
It does. Random hair show up.
Is there anything to be embarrassed about? Because for some people, right, they come to you because they're looking for help with an issue.
We hire all nurses, so everyone's very professional. It's all private. It is a very confidential place, and so your information doesn't go anywhere with us.
Yeah, and I would say beautiful, very comforting facility too,
Yes.
which I think makes a difference in the experience that people have. So we talk about Village Pointe Aesthetic Surgery and Dreams Med Spa as sort of these two beauty powerhouses.
Right.
For women, yes, but also for men, which is the focus today. Let's show you that offer again. So the first 10 people who call this number, it's 596-4000, area code 402-596-4000. They can't make this unlimited, so make sure you're calling right away. That's 20 units of Botox for free. No fine print. no catch. And when you call or you visit, make sure you also ask about laser hair removal if that's something you're interested
Well,
in.
because it's a great time of year. It's
Yep.
right after, it's January.
Yep.
We've got 4 or 5 months
Before
to
you
get
see the
some of that-
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
And we have, check our website every month. We have different specials coming up that are going to be fun and some new offers that are going to be coming. So
Sounds great. That
Yeah.
website is surgeryvp.com. Both of these, the sort of the one building with both options, just to the west of Village Point there. Thank you.
Yeah,
Nice
Kristen,
Thank
to
you.
see
Good to
Kristen.
see you guys.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
And by the way, ask what she does with her lashes, because I think every woman would be envious, but there is help for that too.
Exactly.
Thanks,
Latisse.
Kristen.
Thanks,
Yeah.
All right, so still have the signs of thyroid problems and how a diagnosis affected actress Katie Sackhoff. She's going to share her story.
We'll also head back to the CenturyLink Center, the site of the Midlands International Auto Show. Here's a live look at that. I hear Kayla found a rarity. Wonder what it is. We'll get a look together in about 7 minutes.